interracial marriage.
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
come on, man. You're too smart for this. We got 43.
I'm too smart for what?
We got 43 million black people in this country.
And that
we got
means
over
what?
190 million white people. You're going to sit here and say that if a black person, a white person get married, a black person, a white person get married, one can't understand the other person's struggle. You've seen Tim Wise, right? You've seen Reverend Wallace. You've seen white people who understand racism very well.
That doesn't mean they're going to do anything about it.
The other thing that is obviously true is they understand racism when you see things like the murder of Medgar Evers, like the murder of Martin Luther King. They understand racism.
And what did they do about it?
They understand us gaining just fine, and that's why murder happened.
Based on what?
So the idea that somehow a white person can't understand our struggle,
I could care less what they understand. I'm asking you, what have they done systematically to improve the opportunities of white folks? He did not tell me that.
Yes, you did tell
me that. He did not tell me that.
You're going to tell me that guys like Tim Wise and Reverend Wallace don't understand race in America? What about Tim Wise? They don't understand race in America?
He articulates racism, so what has he done to systematically
white people that understand race in America?
There's not a white person in America.
There's no white people understand race in America.
There's not a white person. There's not a white person in America who has ever worked to systematically eliminate the white privilege that they benefit from vis-a-vis your oppression.
You're lying. You know 190 million people in America.
Eugene. We're not going to go there. We're not. I haven't
called me a liar, and you're cool.
Well, it's a fact that you're lying. It's a fact that you're lying. It's a fact that you're lying.
I understand you.
To say that.
No, everybody, 1 second. Several things I don't allow. I don't allow the N-word. I don't allow coon. We can talk to one another and disagree, but I do not use racial epithets against black people.
That's fine, but he called me a liar.
No.
So the language needs to be watched on both sides.
Racial epithets will not be used on this show.
And that's fine.
By anybody.
But how we talk to each other needs
you
to be
can say whatever you want, but no racial epithets will be used on this show about black people to black people. Eugene, your question.
So, from your paradigm, from your perspective, Civil Rights Act isn't an act of white folk stepping up on behalf of black folk. Current criminal justice reform legislation moving isn't a current act of white folk stepping up on behalf of black folk. Folk that funded the civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s isn't an act of white folks stepping up and having black folk. I'm sorry, as an American, because I define myself as an American, an African American.
I'm sure you do.
I live in a country that moves forward together. And I say that as a Republican. We move forward together. Yes, we have individual struggle. Yes, we have struggles.
I'm not talking
yes, we have. Yes, no. Yes, we have. We have systematic
disproportionality.
Finish in 15 seconds.
We have systematic struggles, and together as a country, moving forward to defeat those struggles.
Really? So, based on what you said, I want you to give me examples of white folk, not individuals, but systematically. Excuse me.
Why can't they be individuals?
I know you can't wait to defend them, but let me finish.
1 second answer.
Can I finish?
Go.
Okay, I'm going. Okay? You cannot name anything systematically done ever in this country by white people to equal the playing field for black folks.
The Civil Rights Act, Congress literally sits behind us. The Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act.
Are you
both of them?
Are you aware?
Hey, can I
both of them.
White people are proud of you, son.
Let me ask Scott Bolden.
Real quick. I think the terminology and the narrative being used is a little misleading, not from you, but from this dialogue right here.
Okay.
You know, it's one thing to sympathize with the struggle. It's another one to empathize with the struggle. Very different. When you talk about marriage being a political choice, and that one of the arguments that you made that I tend to agree with is that if you don't marry a black woman, then she can never support and comfort and value your day-to-day struggle as a black man. That being said, I do think that the level of the rhetoric that you use in regard to your Pan-Africanism is difficult for many of us, quote, in the mainstream to get our arms around. But this issue about black men and white women in the civil rights struggle is not a new discussion. My mother was a civil rights activist in Chicago, and she would often complain privately that, one, you can't sleep white and talk black, if you will. And that's always been in the American struggle, African-American struggle with ourselves.
Yes, sir.
The other thing is that we struggle with our own psychology about self-love and otherwise. And if we get our arms around that, that does make sense.
Okay. But you would have to say that you know 190 million people.
But you're being too dictatorial.
You would have to claim that.
Individuals don't matter.
You'd have to claim
No,
that.
go ahead and respond. Go ahead.
And I agree with my brother's comments. Brother Scott. He brought up the Civil Rights Bill. But what he did not talk about in relation to the Civil Rights Bill is there were 2 words included in that bill that ultimately served to take away from black people what that bill was intended to deliver. They added gender and they added sexual orientation. And as a result of that, white women and homosexuals have been able to strip black America from the intended gains of the Civil Rights Act. So there was still racism in that bill if you will study that history.
So, Umar, your question was, has anyone black ever systematically done, I mean, has anyone white ever systematically done anything?
Systematically. White America.
So LBJ would be the answer for that, because that's the government.
No, I don't think you heard the question.
That's a systematic move.
No, you didn't hear the question. No, you did not. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
you're so quick to defend white folks that you're not listening.
No, I'm not trying to defend white folks.
I literally have 45 seconds, so restate the question and give an answer. Okay. Got 45 seconds.
Let's get an answer.
The question was, what has white America done?
Right.
Not individuals. Systematically. You won't even let me finish.
Yeah, because
you're that in love with white folks, you won't even let me finish.
Finish literally 20 seconds.
There is no bigger system than the
20 seconds, I'll finish. And in 20 seconds, I would say that the panel that you have here, who are extremely intelligent, do not represent the everyday black man and woman struggles, and then because of that, they can articulate.
And you represent 43 million people in this country? I don't think so.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Weekdays on TV1.
I will never lie.